You know, the tired kind of bone-deep weariness. It is the kind that comes after a day that felt too long. You fed little ones and tended to grown-up problems too. You tried to be patient and kind. Sometimes you were patient and kind. Other times you felt like you failed. You lie awake and replay small moments. You think about the words you said. You worry about the words you did not say. You wish you could do it all better tomorrow. You fear the weight of your family's needs will not ease. You hold the list of things to fix like a heavy book. You try to close the book and rest. Sleep feels just out of reach. It is easy to misunderstand what rest looks like. You may think rest means you must solve everything. You may think rest means you are fine on your own. You may think rest means you must hide how tired you are. These ideas pile up when they make your heart louder at night. It is okay to admit that you do not have all the answers. It is okay to be worn out. You are not alone in this. Many parents and caregivers feel the same small hum of worry at night. The dark makes the hum louder, but the dark also makes room for gentle honesty. You can name the hard things without fixing them all tonight. Psalm 13 says, "This is what it sounds like when someone feels forgotten and wonders where help is." It speaks to the ache inside that asks how long you must wait for relief. When you read it with your heart, you find words that match your own feelings. The psalm shows that it is okay to bring the rawness to God. It helps you learn to speak plainly. You do not have to hide the tired or the worry. You can say it, and God hears it. The psalm does not shame your feelings, and it puts them before God. It teaches you that speaking your truth is the first step toward peace. Think of your day like a long road you walked with a heavy bag. You set the bag down at the end of the day. You look at it and feel tired. You do not have to lift that bag right now. The road taught you lessons today. Some were small and bright. Some were heavy and grey. You will carry the lessons forward tomorrow. But tonight, you can let the bag sit by the door. You can breathe and remember that one night does not define the whole journey. You can tell God about both the bright and the heavy. You can tell God the things you fixed and the things that still need fixing. When you speak to God about your day, do it like you are talking with a patient friend. Use simple words. Say the names of the people you held close today. And say the things that worried you. Say the few things you are grateful for as well. Gratitude does not erase the hard part. It simply keeps your heart balanced. It helps you see small lights in the dark. You may feel relief right away, or you may feel only a small easing. That is still grace. It is still enough for tonight. Resting into God's presence may not change tomorrow's tasks, but it changes how you carry them. Remember that your family is not a problem to be fixed all at once. They are a collection of hearts under your care for a season. Each heart grows at its own pace. Some days they lean into you. Some days they pull away. That is normal. You do not need to fuel your worry with perfection. You need a steady trust that you are not alone in this work. The night can be a time to hand over the small and large fears. The psalm we spoke about shows you how to place honest feelings before God. It teaches you that God listens to the questions you cannot answer. It tells you that plaintive honesty can be prayer. Let your breath slow now. Speak to God like a friend. Ask for simple help tonight. Ask for rest that is soft and true. Ask for courage to try again tomorrow. Ask God to watch over each family member you love. Name them if you want, because when we name them, we hold them gently in God's hands. You do not have to solve anything before sleep. You can lay it down, and God will keep it safe. The night does not erase hope. It can quiet your soul enough to find it again. You have carried hard things today. You have been faithful in small ways. Your efforts are seen. Even when you missed the mark, love still held you. As the psalm we read is a companion that lets you speak your heart. It helps you bring both trouble and hope to God. Tonight, you are invited to let God be your listener. You are invited to let the heavy book rest on the floor. You are invited to breathe and to trust that morning will come. Now imagine the room around your family like a gentle hush. Think about the small lights that still glow. Picture these lights being watched by a kind presence. That presence sees the whole scene, not just the parts that trouble you. You are not alone in the watch. This quiet is not empty. It holds a promise of care. You can begin to turn your simple thoughts into a quiet conversation with God. No need for perfect words. Speak plainly and softly. Let the night receive your words. You may find that as you speak, prayer moves from words to feeling. That is okay. The heart prays in more ways than one. You might feel a soft warmth, like a blanket tucked around your shoulders. That warmth is a sign that you are held. Hold on to it as you move into the next part of this time of rest and reflection. You have tended a day full of lives. You have done things out of love. You have missed some things. God sees both. God is patient and kind with your tired heart. You are allowed to rest now. The next part will help you grow through difficulty. But for now, let the small voice inside you settle. Let it whisper the needs you carry for your family. Let it whisper the trust you want to build. Let it whisper that you are not alone. Breathe in, breathe out. Let God meet you in that space between breaths. Now, when you are ready, keep breathing slowly and let what you have just said sit in the room like a soft light. You will take it deeper in the next moments. For now, know that there is a patient listener who welcomes your honest, tired heart. Rest here a little while longer. The night is not empty. It is a place to place your family into gentle hands. You will go on in a moment to ask for strength, wisdom, and peace for them. But first, simply breathe and be known. The peaceful rest begins with being known. You are known. You are loved. You are not alone in the dark. Now, hold that truth close as you prepare to consider how difficulty can shape you and your family into something stronger. You have noticed that hardship often becomes a quiet teacher. Pain and trial can be like winter in a garden. The plants look faded and brittle, yet under the soil, roots find new ways to grow, and they thicken and reach deeper for water. When the warm season returns, the plants are stronger. You and your family are much like that garden. The hard seasons are not wasted. They shape you. They teach you patience and gentle strength. They teach small endurance. There is a slow work inside difficult days that you cannot always see, but it is real. It is often unseen, like roots growing under soil. Growth often happens in the hush between your busy moments. It happens in the small choices you make. You choose to listen for a second longer. You choose to say, "I am sorry." You choose to smile even when you are tired. These small choices are seeds. Over time, they sprout into new habits. You do not need a big breakthrough to grow. Little steady things add up. Your family learns from those steady choices. They see how you handle the slow and the hard. They learn to be gentle because they watched you be gentle. Psalm 23 says, it paints a picture of a shepherd who walks beside his sheep through valleys and fields. It comforts you by showing that even in hard places, you are not alone. The shepherd knows the land. The shepherd finds rest spots beside cool water. This psalm helps you imagine God walking with your family. It helps you see that guidance often looks like quiet, steady presence. The shepherd does not rush. He stays close. That image fits how growth takes place in your home. God is with you in the small tasks and the long nights. That presence guides your family toward rest and wisdom. Think of discipline and correction like pruning in a garden. Pruning can hurt for a moment, but it makes room for more fruit later. Gentle correction helps children and adults learn safer, kinder patterns. It shapes the heart toward truth. It is not punishment alone. It is a form of care. You can offer it with tenderness. You can balance firmness and warmth. That balance shows your family that boundaries are acts of love. They protect and teach. They point people toward better choices. Remember that growth is not only about fixing mistakes. Growth is about learning to trust each other a little more. It is about learning to calm down together. It is about small acts of faithfulness that add up. Sometimes you will be the one to lead. Sometimes you will be the one who needs gentle help. Let those times teach you humility. They teach your children that no one has everything figured out. They teach them to lean on God and on each other. When trials come, name them as teachers. Say aloud how this hardship might shape you. Draw lessons from it that will help you tomorrow. Keep a small list of these lessons in your heart. They will steady you when worry grows loud again. Your family carries those little lists too, in the quiet of their own hearts. Share gentle words with them about what you learned today. Invite them to tell you what they learned. This listening builds trust. It tells them that hard things can become meaning over time. Give yourself permission to be a learner. You are not expected to have perfect answers. You are invited to grow with your family. This reduces the pressure you carry. It lets you notice small wins. Those small wins are the true measure of steady change. Celebrate them quietly when you can. A small word of thanks. A short hug is a moment of eye contact. These are the ways you water the hidden roots. When fear creeps in, return to the shepherd image from the psalm. Picture God walking close beside your family. Picture God showing you a path that is safer and gentler. This does not mean the path is easy. It means you are guided and cared for. You will make mistakes along the way. That is normal. You will learn from them. The growth includes both your softness and your corrections. Now begin to turn your thoughts into a quiet asking. Ask God for patience to keep walking. Ask for eyes to see small lessons. Ask for hands that can do steady, humble work. Ask for courage to be honest when things are unclear. Ask for a calm voice to help quiet the night. Ask God to be like the shepherd who knows the way and leads with care. Let this asking be gentle, or like a hand reaching out for a comforter. You do not need to demand instant change. You only need to ask for small, steady growth. Hold the image of the garden and the shepherd together. Let them guide your expectations. Growth comes slowly. It comes as you keep showing up. When you ask God for help, you also practice the slow work of listening. The listening itself is the work. You are teaching your family to trust in steady care rather than quick fixes. That is deep work. It lasts. Now breathe and feel that hope. Let it rest over the small, steady tasks you did today. Give thanks for the little wins. Ask for help with the hard parts. Trust that God walks beside you through each moment. The night will hold you as you rest and prepare for another day of steady love. You have spoken of fatigue and growth, and now we move toward truth that holds you steady. Simple truths can steady a tired heart. They are like lighthouses on a foggy night. They do not solve everything. They point toward a safe shoreline. One of these truths is that trust must be built slowly. Another is that faith is not a feeling. It is a choice you make each small morning. The Bible holds many plain ways to explain this simplicity. These clear truths help you keep your balance when your day felt messy. One truth is that God cares about small things. He notices tiny acts of gentleness. He remembers late-night prayers. He watches the quiet way you soothe a child. He hears the breathy, tired prayers you whisper into pillows. These are not small to God. They are a part of your faithful life. Another truth is that perseverance matters more than momentary perfection. A steady recommitment is more powerful than one brilliant day. Your daily choices are the stitches that hold a strong garment together. Keep stitching, even when your hands shake. Psalm 37 says, it encourages you to trust in God and to do good despite difficulties. It teaches patience and faith in the slow work usual of God. The psalm shows that rushing or worrying too much does not help. Instead, steady trust and gentle action lead to fruit over time. It reassures you that good people are not forgotten. This fits your life well when you worry about your family's future. The psalm invites you to keep trusting and keep doing small, kind things for those you love. It helps to break down perseverance into tiny, simple steps. Step 1 is to breathe first when you feel the worry rise. Step 2 is to speak calmly and kindly when you can. Step 3 is to notice one small thing you did right that day. Step 4 is to rest and try again tomorrow. These steps are short and practical. They help you when the load feels heavy. They keep you from making big decisions out of late-night fear. Perseverance also needs mercy. When you fail, give yourself grace. You would give grace to your child. Give it to yourself as well. Mercy softens the heart. It keeps you from hardening into frustration. Hardness breaks relationships slowly. Mercy repairs them slowly. It does not happen in one night. It happens in the slow rhythm of repeated kindness. Teach these simple habits to your family. Show them how to pause and breathe. Model how to apologize and to forgive in small ways. Let them see perseverance as ordinary, daily faithfulness that will bless them more than any single perfect sermon. Your life is the teaching they will remember. Bring fear and doubt to God like a small offering. Tell God you want to trust more. Ask for help to keep doing good when the feelings tell you to stop. Ask for the courage to return to kindness after you lose your patience. Pray that your family will learn these gentle practices by looking at how you live. This is not heavy theology. It is everyday faith. Keep the lighthouse image in mind. Let the Psalm's simple call to patient trust be your guide. Keep your actions small and steady. Keep your heart soft with mercy. That mixture will help your family move forward when the night feels long. Now we gently move toward a warning and a focus change. There is a quiet danger in drifting away from the center. It happens when you start thinking you must carry everything alone. It happens when worry becomes the ruler of your home. When worry rules, small joys fade. Small kindnesses become chores. You may find yourself losing sight of the center of your life. That center is not your success, money, or neat plans. The center is a person who walked into the world to bring healing and gentle presence. Turning back to that person will correct your course. The warning is simple. Beware of habits that close your heart. These habits look like snapping quickly, blaming quietly, or withdrawing when you are afraid. They make home feel tense and small. They rob your family of warmth. It is not a sign of weakness to notice these habits. It is a sign of courage. Noticing them is the first step toward change, whereas you can decide to turn your heart back to what is true and kind. Psalm 118 says, it speaks of a stone set in place that becomes the cornerstone. It shows how what seems rejected or small can become the most important thing. This psalm points your eyes to what matters most. Think of Jesus as that cornerstone who centers your home. Turn away from the small rulers like fear and perfection. Turn toward Jesus, the steady stone that grounds your family. Focusing on him will reorder what feels urgent and will soften what feels harsh. Refocusing does not mean ignoring the mess. It means seeing the mess through the eyes of love. It means asking, what would bring peace here? It means choosing words that soothe rather than sting. It means being patient with the slow work of change. And it means recognizing that the true cornerstone will bear weight, so you do not have to. Make a small nightly habit of naming the cornerstone in your home. That could be a quiet sentence you say before you sleep. It could be a short prayer that brings your focus back to Jesus. Teach your children to do the same in simple language. Even a small child can learn to say, Jesus, help us sleep in peace. That tiny habit will shift your family's heart over time. When anger or worry rises, breathe and remember the cornerstone. Ask, will this choice build toward peace? If not, choose differently. If you slip, do not despair. Return to the cornerstone with a humble heart. Ask Jesus to be the center of your family again. This practice will change how you respond in midnight stress and in early morning rushes alike. Also, guard against secrecy. Secret shame grows roots in the dark. Speak gently about real struggles with someone you trust. Let a faithful friend help carry a part of the load. The cornerstone invites community, not isolation. A trusted friend becomes a fellow,